Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my April update of my 5-pan rolling style project pan. I am so excited to be here with you all today to go through my update. I feel like it's a good one. I haven't hit a new empty, but nonetheless, I feel like we're making some really good progress, which is always really fun to see in a project pan. So I'm so excited. I can't believe we are in April. I feel like January took a year to pass, and then every month since then has flown by. Well, I guess it's only been 2 months since then, but they've flown by, and now we are in April. And I was talking about it with my husband because we have so many fun activities and trips and things planned that I feel like the summer is going to absolutely fly by, and then before we know it, it's going to be holiday season, which I love the fall time and holidays, but I just feel like my life is flashing before my eyes. My children are growing up so fast. I know that's just a consequence of getting older. I feel like when I was a kid, time seemed to pass way slower, but it's just like every year just going faster and faster and faster. And here we are, kicking off our April updates. I'm excited to share with you this month's update. So I will quickly explain this project and then we will go ahead and get into it. So if you're unfamiliar with my project pan, this is my main project pan, and this is where I selected 5 products to work on at the beginning of the year. And my goal is to work on those products until I completely finish them. And I track progress a few ways. I count how many times I use a product in this notebook that I use for all my project pans. I weigh the products at a monthly update, which you are seeing right now. And then also when I weigh the products, I show what the product currently looks like, and then I line them up next to each other in the video so you can compare from month to month what it looks like. I feel like that does a pretty good job showcasing the progress that I make from month to month. And also I think it's so satisfying to watch from the beginning of the year to the end, or from the beginning, I guess, of a roll-in until I hit an empty. I created a planning to pan list towards the end of last year. So that was like all the products in my collection that I wanted to roll into a project pan at some point. Obviously the goal would be to empty those, but really just to get them into a project pan. And I'm doing quite well on that list. I want to do an update of that list soon in a video, but in general, like, that would be if I were to finish something and roll it out, I would choose something else from that list to roll it in its place. And that's just pretty much how it works. Pretty straightforward, but a fun project nonetheless. I have been doing this for a few years now, and I absolutely love panning, and I love filming these updates for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about all of the products and the progress that we have made this month. I am going to start first with my Marc Jacobs bronzer. I used this one 14 times, and I feel like the pan size is continuing to grow, but as I've mentioned in my other videos, I'm not swirling my brush right in the pan because I think it will start to chip and crumble there. So I've been swirling my brush around the outside, but I still just feel like that pan is growing a little bit, and we're just continuing to make great progress here. I love this product. I really have been enjoying it. I've been using it obviously for a long time. There's a ton of product in here, and I still am quite happy with how this performs and what this looks like on my skins. I want to obviously finish this by the end of the year, but there's a ton of product in here still. This is a big product I have. For example, I have this blush in here, and this one is 6 grams, and this one is 25 grams. So that's the difference in the size of these products. So there's certainly a lot more in here. And while I continue to make great progress, I do worry that I might not finish this by the end of the year, which would be so disappointing. Now, it's only April, so I really just I need to see what happens like at the end of the summer and see where we're at. But I do really just want to finish this one by the end of the year. So we're going to keep working on that. Everyone's favorite product. This is my Avon eyeliner, my teeny tiny Avon eyeliner. My goal for this one is when I put it into my sharpener to not be able to sharpen it. I used this 5 times this month and I sharpened it. And I will say when I put it in this morning to sharpen it, it wasn't the easiest thing in the world. So that means we are getting close to this being considered done. I have been working on this one for a long time. It is a slow, I won't even say steady. It is a slow burn. It is so slow to get this one finished. Look how teeny tiny it is. It's so small. So I'm excited. I think that we're gonna get this done in the next 6 months. That's my goal. So before the end of the year, this one will be done. 5 uses is not what I wanna be hitting. Yeah, like last month I hit 9 uses. In January I hit 11 uses. I need to boost my usage of this up. 5 is not what I wanna be doing. That was kind of like what I was doing last year and I was moving too slow. So I need to pick up the pace a little bit and start hitting that 10+ usage mark. So that's my goal. Next is my lifter gloss. Now, speaking of usage, I've done quite well on this one. I hit 23 uses this month for this gloss. I hope you can tell there that there is definitely a lot of separation now happening in the bottle itself. And while I feel like there's still a good amount of lip gloss up here, I don't think there's that much down there. So I'm gonna obviously keep using this as it stands right now until it starts to get hard to actually get the lip gloss out, and then I'll pull the stopper. But I feel like we're kind of getting close on this one. I mean, there's still a good amount in here for sure, but definitely making some good progress. I wasn't sure when someone told me that it took them about 100 uses to finish up if I would be in that same ballpark, but maybe I will be. Next is the one that I think I am most close to finishing. This is my Kosas Cloud Set Powder. I used it 16 times this month, and this is where it currently stands. I feel like I really want to see it compared to last month. I want to like edit this video and see what it looks like, but I feel like there isn't much powder left. I'm thinking 1 to 2 months to finish this one up, probably closer to 2, but I think there won't be much in that second month. So let's say for my May update, it would probably roll into May, but I'm thinking that it would be done early May. But maybe I can finish in April, I don't know, we'll see. I really love this product. I feel like it gives me that more natural set to my face, but it's also a little bit of that like airbrushed type feel. I think it's really beautiful, so happy to continue to use it in this project. All right, and then the last product that I wanna give an update on is my Too Faced blush. And this one I used 13 times this month. I really have been loving this blush. I've worn it obviously on its own, but then in my last Shop My Stash, I had an OG stick blush that I wore this on top of, and I really liked how that looked. And then more recently, I rolled in the Benetint into my Shop My Stash, and I've been wearing this on top of that, and that's what I'm wearing today, and I really like how that looks as well. So happy to kind of be mixing and matching and figuring out ways to wear this. This is another one similar to the Kosas one where I'm so curious to see what this looks like compared to last month and see if this pan size has grown, because just looking at it, I feel like it hasn't. But then I do these updates and I'm like, oh yeah, it has. We are making progress, even though I can't always tell. But this one, I feel like has been holding its shape really well. It hasn't been crumbling or anything like that. So I'm gonna hold off on repressing until I need to. I think I can probably get away with this one without repressing, just how the pan grew. It didn't grow from the middle, it kind of grew from the sides. I think eventually I'll probably have to repress both of these. I try and hold off as long as possible because I feel like sometimes you lose a little bit of product when you repress, and the quality is not always exactly the same. Now, it's usually not far off for me, but it's something that I try to avoid for as long as I can. That is it for today's update. I'm really happy with all the progress that I've made on these products so far. I feel like everything is looking really loved. I'm really happy with all the numbers that I've been able to turn out this month. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do over the next couple months. I feel like some products are getting closer and maybe we'll be able to see some empties soon. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will talk to you on my next one. Bye.